Shalom from northern Israel. Behind me you can see the Sea of Galilee, and a few kilometers that way is Lebanon. There is a war raging in this region. I'm Hananya Naftali with the latest update from the Middle East. In an interesting timing, Iran and Russia have launched a joint naval exercise in the Caspian Sea, a move that raises serious concerns about their intentions and stability in the region. This drill, involving advanced naval ships and aircraft from both nations, is not just a display of military powers, but a clear signal of their aggressive posturing and desire to disrupt the Middle East. But before we continue, if you want to support my work, support local businesses and Israel at the same time, then visit the Israel store today and take part in blessing the nation of Israel. Iran's defense minister, Brigadier General Mohammad Reza Ashtiani, has openly discussed expanding military ties with Russia to challenge the United States and its allies. Let's be clear, this is not an innocent drill. This is happening right after Israel struck Yemen, and as Israel advances its goals against Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon. This exercise is nothing more than a dangerous game aimed at intimidating their neighbors. Iran, with its history of supporting terrorism and regional instability, is now teaming up with Russia, a country with its own notorious record of aggressive behavior. Together, they form a partnership that threatens the peace and security of not just the Middle East and northern Israel, but the entire world. And look, the real power of a nation is found not only in its weaponry, but in its unity and alliances that it builds. Israel's commitment to forming strong, peaceful relationships is key to countering threats and ensuring our security. Iran's ambitions extend far beyond the Caspian Sea. The regime has been actively involved in the Red Sea, collaborating with Houthi forces to challenge the navies of the US and the UK. This aggressive stance is a clear demonstration of Iran's broader strategy to assert its dominance in key strategic waterways, disrupting international trade and threatening global stability. And Israel, as a beacon of democracy and stability in the Middle East, must remain strong. Iran's actions are not just about military drills. They are about positioning the regime as a regional hegemon and a global threat. Remember, this is happening right after it has been revealed that Iran had plans to assassinate Donald Trump, and as the elections in the US are intensifying. Definitely not something to dismiss. And from Iran and Russia, we're moving to Netanyahu in Washington. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to Washington comes at a critical juncture in US politics, with President Joe Biden stepping back from the 2024 presidential race. Netanyahu's mission is to reinforce the bipartisan support for Israel and address crucial issues with the Biden administration. Among these issues are the ongoing Gaza conflict, the threat from Iran, and the urgent need to secure the release of the Israeli hostages held by Hamas. Mind you, that there are also American hostages being held right now by Hamas in Gaza. Despite the political chaos in the US, Netanyahu's visit underscores the unbreakable bond between Israel and the United States. This relationship transcends political parties and administrations. Netanyahu's address to Congress will be a significant moment, highlighting the steadfast alliance between our two nations. He will emphasize that Israel remains America's indispensable ally in the Middle East, regardless of who sits in the Oval Office. In times of political uncertainty, steadfast alliances provide a beacon of stability. Israel and the United States must continue to stand together, shoulder to shoulder, against common threats. And of course, the million-dollar question is if he's going to meet Donald Trump, which of course is going to be interesting to see because as you are watching this report, the story is developing. Netanyahu's speech to Congress is actually going to be his fourth. He's a figure well known and well respected in US politics. He will address the key issues facing Israel today, including the ongoing battle against Hamas in Gaza, the Hezbollah threat in Lebanon, and the Iranian-backed Houthis in Yemen, in Iraq, Netanyahu's message will be clear. Israel is committed to defeating terrorism and ensuring the safety and security of its citizens. Leadership is about making difficult decisions in challenging times. Netanyahu's steadfast commitment to Israel's security is a testament to his leadership and vision. I don't know if you can hear this, but as we are speaking, there are fighter jets flying above my head. This is just to give you an understanding of how intense this reality is here. Although the view is amazing, it's a beautiful summer day, but actually roads are quite empty, and this northern Israel has been shelled by tens of thousands of rockets, of suicide drones. It has been really intense here, and in regards to that, I want to jump to the other border not far away from here, and it's between Turkey and Syria. In another significant development, Turkish President Erdogan is set to meet Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad in Moscow, with the Russian dictator Vladimir Putin mediating. Notably, Iran is expected to be excluded from these talks, highlighting the friction between Moscow and Tehran over Syria's future. The meeting aims to address Turkish withdrawal and economic cooperation, signaling a shift in regional dynamics. The exclusion of Iran from these talks is a strategic move by Russia to assert its dominance and curb Tehran's influence in Syria. Basically, in other words, Russia and Iran are fighting over who is going to control Syria post-civil war. Both countries have helped to keep Assad in power, and he kind of owes them everything right now. For Israel, this could be both an opportunity and a challenge. While the sidelining of Iran might seem as reduction in immediate threats, the shifting dynamics require Israel to be wise and proactive in its diplomatic and military strategies. Erdogan's meeting with Assad also signals a potential thawing of relations between Turkey and Syria, which could have significant implications for Israel. Turkey's role in the Syrian conflict has been complicated, with Ankara supporting various opposition groups against Assad. There are many reasons why Turkey has been acting against Assad, with the main ones being wanting to stop the spillage of extremism, as well as immigrants into Turkey. As you know, Turkey borders Syria. Also, one of the reasons that they act against Assad is the rise of Kurdish militias in Syria that created the problem for Turkey and motivated the country to intervene in Syria. Israel must watch closely, monitor these developments. Our nation has always thrived on its ability to adapt and respond to shifting geopolitical landscapes. This situation is no different. Now, I know we spoke about serious stuff, so I want to lighten the situation up and talk to you about something funny. The Iranian regime has been making threats against Israel. So after Israel struck Yemen following the suicide drone that exploded in Tel Aviv, Israel struck Yemen, and after that we immediately saw posters in Iran featuring suicide drones and in Hebrew, broken Hebrew text, trying to scare Israel. We saw the same thing happening in Yemen, that they made some AI graphics with broken Hebrew. So they are trying to scare us Israelis, instilling fear. But these threats actually cause Israelis to laugh because we see these as desperate attempts to project power and to try and scare us. Israel's spirit is unbreakable, and we will continue to thrive despite the threats from our enemies. Thank you so much for watching. Your support helps me to continue bringing you the truth about the Middle East. Subscribe now. Be part of the conversation. Shalom